Hey guys, this is my Boss Katana that I bought in 2018. I've been using it as sort of a clean amp for years and never really touching the software, and so just using whatever settings are up top. Although I grew disenchanted with a lot of the sort of crunch settings, drive settings, and began using pedals until I got too many pedals, and then I decided, okay, I need to revisit the software. And man, I'm glad I did. I'm really uncovering sort of the potential of this amp. So I had on here on this board, in addition to what you see now, I had a couple more overdrive pedals and a chorus pedal and a phaser. And it was just getting unruly, so I saved off onto my channels a clean channel where I can use my pedal gain, boost pedals. But also then, I have a sort of a crunch channel where I don't need any of these pedals. Then I've got another clean channel that has effects, so I can run into my phaser and my chorus there. And so I'll show you what I have. I'll demo it with my guitar. But I use these pedals on the clean channels just to give myself a little more. If I'm playing a lot of country, I'll have the compressor on. If I'm getting into some blues and rock, I'll usually plug the tumness, turn on the tumness. It kind of depends on what guitar I have too. And the Spark is a great booster. It has a mid boost on it that makes your amp sound like a Fender amp. If you're playing country, that's just great. It's got a fat setting for you to do sort of low gain bluesy stuff. So tumness and Spark will stack also really well. Then there's this splinter in the middle, which is the distortion that I sometimes use on a clean channel, but frankly I have that saved off on one of my channels too, so I don't really need it that much on this board. And it's a big pedal. Oh, and my Valois, which I keep. All right, so I'm going to demo this with this fancy guitar here. So one of my kit guitars, it's a Warmoth Tele Deluxe with humbuckers, but it's got coil split, so it's a Seymour Duncan JB Jazz with coil split, and it's got a Fender Mexican neck. I'll use the coil split because I want to demo the cleans with single coils, because that's normally what I'm playing into the cleans. And then when I hit the crunchier channel, I'll use the humbuckers. Okay, here we go. Here's my software. Hopefully you can see that. You don't really need to see that. There we go. That's pretty good. Oops. Whatever. All right. All right. Yeah, that gets it all. You don't need the thing off to the left. All right, so I'm going to start with channel 1A. This is my one I use the most often. When I recorded all this, I used 25 or 50 watt setting. I did not use a practice setting, because if you do that, you'll find yourself accepting more highs as you're fiddling, and then when you flip it on to the 25 or 50 watts, it'll be harsh sounding. So you want to go with higher wattage while you're figuring out what sounds to use, unless you're always going to be on a practice channel. As far as, before I get into these things like booster and effects, I'm going to go to the EQ, because this is the magic sauce of Katana, if you ask me. This is where this thing here has great settings on it, where you can really bring out the sound, the lows, the highs, the mids. This parametric EQ is something to try. I use it on just about every setting, every channel. And then noise suppression, depending on if I need it. And I think I have it on every single channel as well. It's just that if I'm playing clean, the noise suppression is going to be a little lower. If you have it above 80, you're going to lose a lot of your sustain. So just keep that in mind as you're playing with this. But that is a necessary thing if you want to avoid noise. All right. Let's get started on channel 1. We'll start with the top. Start with the clean boost. And my delay and reverb is just flat back, very low sort of settings on both of those. I don't really even change them. I guess I'm on digital right now. I could be on analog. All right. right, so clean setting. I'm going to start with the coil split, single coils. Nothing on my board is on right now, so it's just the clean. So let's go to the treble boost. Treble boost is handy if you're using a humbucker guitar and you want to have a country sound. It really does bring out the trebles. Even though I'm on coil split with this JB Jazz combo, I think it needs the treble boost to get a better sort of country sound. So to me, that's kind of in the pocket for the sound I'm looking for with country. I can add my compressor, which I don't know if you'll notice that. Anyway, sorry about my playing. Anyway, I'll turn that compressor off and go to the blues drive. Blues drive is good both on the single coil and the humbucker if you're playing clean. So if I do the humbuckers, so now we're getting a little bit grittier. Then you can, add your dirt more if you want to with the pedals. That's a good sound because it's just kind of on the edge of breakup. It's got a little bit of gain. It's playing on a clean boost on the spark pedal. So I like that a lot. All right, now we'll move on to the other channel one, which is B-side. This is where I keep all my effects, and so I got a phaser set up and an auto wah just for fun, and a chorus for 80s music. I'm using these mods: compressor, limiter, DC30. I discovered the DC30 while playing around with these and decided it works well with the chorus. The limiter is kind of like a compressor to me, only it's on steroids. So I'll do compressor, phaser, and we're on my single coils, and we should be playing country like Waylon style. We'll see. So I like that. And if you're picking, good sound, and compressor works well there. You can do the limiter, which is like compressor on steroids, like I said. And now if we go to the chorus, then we probably also want to move off the limiter and go to the DC30. And now we've got 80s music, I think. Which sounds better with a humbucker. So there's all that. And If I want to go to auto wah, now I'm getting funky. I'll probably go to the compressor with that. I don't know what I would use that for, actually, except it's just fun. I would actually like a little gain with that, so let's try it. Anyway, there's all kinds of possibilities. Now, let's move on to the next one. So now we're into channel 2. This is my rock channel, so it's set up as crunch, and all these boost settings are on really low drive because it's just too much. When you got it on crunch, you really want to get some sound out of it. You got to keep that drive down, I think, low. But I am playing with humbuckers on these. It sounds pretty good. Well, let's do single coils first. Let's just try single coils. Sorry for that same lick. It's just that that's what I've been playing lately, so I'm used to it. So that's warm overdrive. Let's go with like blues drive. Now we're going to go to humbuckers. Now Tube Screamer, we're getting into a little more rocky territory, obviously, so... I'm trying not to get carried away. All right, so now the warmer overdrive. Okay, so now we can go up to channel 2, B side, which is like heavier stuff. And I'm going to start off with the warm overdrive. Nice and warm. Tempted to add a little treble to it, but that would sound better even louder, wouldn't it? If I went to like the 50 watt. Alright, anyway. Distortion. So a lot of people start at that level, but this is kind of where I start to like, okay, do I really need to get it hotter? Metal zone. Kind of like to let them ring out.
that's my settings. Hope everyone likes them. Talk to you later. Bye.